Today I came across a variety of different things to think about the channel, about what it means, about the brand, and frankly, it's been a lot of fun to think about. Mainly because, well, the brand is me, and I'm trying to inspire people through my life. So what is the journey that I've taken so far? I'm going to go into a little story here of a 9-year-old boy who lost his father. Born in Pakistan, moved to Canada to start a brand new life and to have a really novel opportunity of meeting with lots of really cool people and having a system that's hopefully merit-based. Now, did that turn out to be the truth? Yeah, more or less. I mean, capitalism in a nutshell is merit-based. So, I experienced a variety of different things when I was a 9-year-old. One of them, my father passing away, which was a strange time because I don't remember crying really at all. In fact, I don't remember ever really crying about my father passing away because I never understood how much it's going to matter in my life. Our parents, in my opinion, play a tremendous role in our confidence, in our ability to articulate ourselves, in our ability to communicate with people that we want to be our friends. If our parents don't raise us well, Jordan Peterson has a great point of the awkward 4-year-old that no one's parents particularly like. Now, they laugh, sure, but their laugh is not all of their laughter. And they smile, sure, but behind their back they talk shit, eventually telling their own children not to hang out with that 4-year-old. Parents play a tremendous role in the upbringing of a child. Environment plays, sure. But me missing my father at the age of 9 years old made me a little bit freer to think. I had one less wall around me to tell me how to think, how to approach life, and really what to do. So it fell on my poor mother to spend all of her time and energy to get herself to a place in life where she could pursue freedom, pursue the things that she wanted. Now, my mother's very much still alive, and I have the luxury of hanging out with her every day, and I intend to have that luxury for a long, long time. Knock on chair. But basically what this meant was that my mother was playing the role of both parents. She was spending a tremendous amount of time trying to get us in the right locations while also positioning herself to be financially sufficient to get us into college and to do the eventual dreams that my parents set out from Pakistan to accomplish, essentially allowing their children to have the best possible outcomes in their life. When my mom felt a bit claustrophobic, her older brother, invited her to England. We took exams, we started to do the schooling. He had bought a house for us to settle down in. I spent a lot of time thinking to myself, why in the world am I getting educated and why in the world are we here? Did I get any answers? Not really. Years later, I found out that my mother had the opportunity of moving to England forever and having us be mentored by her older brother and, as it turns out, my father's older sister. They're married, interesting couple, beautiful people, incredible human beings. But she decided no. She said, fuck that. I'm gonna go and make my own life in a place where, frankly, I know nothing. She knew nothing about the United States. I used to say dragon instead of dragon. I wore the little NBA bands on my wrist, on my head, baggy shorts, pudgy kid, and I had a lot to learn. I had a lot to learn. And along the way, I had the luxury of making incredible friends from people all over the United States and in different parts of the world. I still was friends vaguely with my people in Canada, my close friends. And I still had some companions from California, now that I remember. I don't recall them very well, but I learned the lessons of not messing with a man's honor. I got bullied in school when I was younger. You don't mess with people. And the reason is because if you mess with people, you got to incur the consequences. Incur the consequences of their power. And so I learned a very valuable lesson at a young age, that if someone is picking on you, if someone is doing something that you do not want them to do to you, they need to have an equal and opposite force that tells them very, very seriously to not treat you that way. When I was younger, I used to draw a bunch of Dragon Ball Z pictures, and I realized that Goku always used to look really angry. His eyes were slanted downwards. And I was like, well, that's a powerful guy. I want to be a powerful guy. So when the bully came to me, I went like this. A little constipated, but really just angry looking. And most of the time they left me alone. Some of them through erasers, some of them through food. Direct confrontation often tends to show the true courage in people. So I got over the bully thing with a mean mug and hopefully some good friends around. That was my middle school into high school years, where I also started to become a leader of sorts. I decided to start organizations like Model United Nations and Amnesty International, and being part of the astrology club or being part of art club, whatever it was. I loved to do things that most people weren't. And the reason was, I don't know, I just had a creative streak about me my whole life. So upon leaving high school into college, I spent a lot of time sedated. Spent a lot of time doing things that I wasn't particularly proud of, but really things that I was just completely unaware of. I didn't go and spend a lot of time with women. I kind of just stuck to myself, my close friends. Had a lot of dude friends, in fact. And I spent a lot of time thinking about society, about people, about my role in friend groups, my understanding of the world and spirituality, the impact of altered states of consciousness. But really, I spent a lot of time relaxing, a lot of time taking life in, and genuinely enjoying life. Every day, every morning, every night, whenever I put my mind to it, I could do it. And I made a lot of really good friends. Then somewhere around junior and senior year, I started off by a comp sci major, by the way. I went into microbiology soon after my sophomore year, when I realized I fucking suck at computer science, and I don't like most of the people there because I suck at computer science. My brother said it was going to be a valuable language of the future. Boy, was he right. But I went into microbiology because of my fascination with nature. I used to go on walks in the woods. I used to genuinely enjoy looking at animals and just having the freedom to explore the woods around UMass Amherst, where I went to college. Formative years, very much so. And I was like, you know what? I want to be an ecologist. Let's go and study microbiology. Went and studied that, and it was fascinating. Learned a lot about epidemiology, met a lot of really interesting people, started another organization with them. You can see a trend. Took on some roles, didn't fit the bill. They tried to elect me off, but really it was just a weakness in their e-board that they were trying to put scapegoats to. Really, I wasn't doing the job either, as well as I can now, but alas, not too hard on my previous self. It was time to leave college. I got an apartment, played a lot of music, drums, artwork. Along this entire chain of events, I started painting when I was in senior year of high school, continued to paint, picked up the drums around sophomore year of college, continued to drum, got into a band, genuinely enjoyed the process of creating music, jamming with people. Found that communication, a lot of it was actually non-verbal through that. Into dentistry. My mother said to me, Tarab, get your dental license and you can do whatever the hell you want. I said, okay, sounds like fun. Sounds like not doing the whole exploring your soul thing. I'll put that off for another couple of years. So I went into, I tried to get into dental school. I think I had a 3-4 in college, a couple other exams, whatever. Got into a post-baccalaureate program in Temple University, where I figured out how to study. Figured out how to get my priorities straight, how to live alone, even though I was kind of doing that for a while. But really a brand new city, a lot of interesting people. But I remember coming to class and just reading a lot because I got bored of them. This was the start of my antisocial life, really. My senior year into the rest of my life now. Although, I think I'm a fun person to talk to, so cheers. But got into dental school shortly after at Temple. Struggled a lot to understand how so many people could spend so much time doing a studying thing. And so much information that was lost in just trying to memorize facts. But I also realized the importance of facts. I realized the importance of mentors. How many incredible older doctors, older people I met. My drum teacher, I joined a drum circle that I played with for 2 years. We played a bunch of events and stuff. I became a part of their e-board. Created an organization called the Health Sciences Music Club where we played music for people, and it was like really half-assed attempt to try to change the culture of an entire campus, which was the first of my very ambitious goals, I suppose, in life. Yeah, just hated school. Failed a couple courses, retook them. While my friends were doing the next semester's course, I was doing the last semester's course and this semester's course. And I spent a lot of time, again, playing music, painting, exploring Philadelphia, exploring my soul. I had a studio apartment that should have been for 3 people. I was supposed to take one of the rooms of the apartment under the contract, but I took all 3 because I genuinely needed the space, or believed I did. Had a lot of room to expand my mind, had a lot of room to do exactly what the fuck I wanted, learned how to cook, learned how to take care of my stuff. Obviously, my mother was paying for all of my shit over the course of these years, so again, parents have a big role in the amount of freedom, the amount of clarity we have in our life. But I remember around senior year, I didn't finish out school when everyone else finished out school. I had a bunch of requirements left that really, I can say I shouldn't have had left, but frankly speaking, fuck it. I mean, I learned a lot about myself, which I don't think a lot of my peers got the chance to do, because, like myself, they were pushed into a situation in life where they could do schooling instead of think about their passions, instead of think about the things that they wanted to do. And I instead spent a lot of time talking to older people and doing exactly that, thinking about what I wanted to do. I came across one of Mr. Grant Cardone's videos on Instagram, and I immediately catapulted into, I want to be an influencer. I have ideas that people might benefit from. I want to change the world. I want to tell people about emotional intelligence, and that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. And it aligned with a lot of my philosophies that I have accrued for prevention, how medicine should be done, how a lot of people are missing the necessary information to just take care of the bare minimum in their life, financial and otherwise. So I decided, hey, I am going to be the one that tells people this for free, as much as I possibly can, because if I die at any point in my life, I want to at least be able to say to my leaving soul that good job, you did a service to society. So yeah, got out of school pretty late. All my friends had left at the time. I was incredibly depressed. The system that I was a part of was incredibly convoluted, and it's part of the reason why I don't particularly like education right now. But I also understand the difference between a baseline understanding of the world and not having that through standardized public education. So I understand the luxuries of it, but a lot of unambitious people go into academia, which is kind of unfortunate for the people that don't realize this until they get out, or never realize this. But now I have moved home to Ohio, where I sit in this basement and make videos and explore my life and move past the barriers that I've put up for myself in the pursuit of becoming very wealthy, very emotionally intelligent, spiritually involved, and surrounded by incredible human beings, and along the path helping as many of you as I possibly can. So hopefully this story shows you something about the struggles that I've gone through to become the person that I am today, and the struggles that I intend to go through to prove to myself that I can put up with more. I think very important things in our life. We all have things that built us, that made us into the people that we are. And without an understanding of those things, without an understanding of at least a baseline understanding of how those things affected us, I don't think it's going to be very easy for us to find our purpose, the thing that we really want to do in this life, which at the end of the day is going to come down to our happiness, our satisfaction, our energy levels, our everything comes down to how much we understand ourselves and what we want to do. Hopefully you found this interesting. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care.